Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Good evening and welcome along to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's your host here, JP, and joining me this evening is my right-hand man. I hope he's got a better voice than me, by the way, is Mr. Ryan Clifford, Danny McGrain's grandson. I see Danny's gave you Lenny's jersey for the night, wee man, for the double presentation in the Monday huddle. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well, and I hope you did as good as a weekend as I did, mate.
Aye, fantastic, mate. I do sound a lot better than you. Let's be fair, mate. I didn't sound great last Monday, so it's my turn this week to sound Edith at a still game, mate. So, no, I'm good, mate. Obviously, like you mentioned there, the double winner's fantastic to sign the season off with a double, mate. So, fantastic. I hope everybody else is well, and I hope there's not too many sore heads this morning. So I know a lot of people were out all weekend, so I like to think a few guys and females are just getting in the door now and get their dinner on ready to watch us too, JP. So looking forward to the chat, mate. Looking forward to talking with a smile on our face, mate. Season finished for a double, and happy days, and I hope you're well as well, mate, and anybody else in the chat.
I'm good, mate. Apart for this throat, I'm all right. But I can't complain. I'm not unwell, so I cannot complain. I am indeed worse for wear in terms of the amount of singing I done on Saturday. Honestly, I was like a wee boy in a wee boy's choir, man. I swear to God, on Saturday I just sang every single song I could think of. And before anybody asked me, no, I didn't sing a sash. So, no, I wasn't singing that on Saturday. Can assure you that right now. I just know what your commenters are like, Ryan, so I thought I'd throw that in there for a good mix. So no, I didn't sing that. Saturday was one of the best days I've had in a long time, mate. Honestly. Where do you start? I mean, winning the leagues, 1 and 3 in a row, again, for our club's history. That's a few times we've done it now. And you just think you're getting off the back of that adrenaline rush, and you're getting into Saturday. I know you won the own. obviously with Big Bev on me as well on Friday night, mate, with a wee chat about the game and stuff. And just before we kick into it, I just want to say I thought Bev came across really, really well the other night for his first ever podcast with us. And I have said to him, I've been trying my hardest to make sure it's not his last, but who knows? We don't know if he'll be having that one or no. But I thought he did well, mate, and it was good to see him live on the podcast as well. And probably good for the listeners and the watchers and that, the viewers even, should I say, to see his face as well, and obviously see what can I see what he's all about and him himself, mate.
Yeah, no, he spoke well, mate. Considering obviously he's never been on before, and he's normally singing songs and not chatting on here, mate. So it's also good for, like you say, the viewers and subscribers to see who the sponsor is and who he is and what they can expect from him if they ever meet with him, deal with him, or get into contact with him. So it's always good to put the face to the logo, as Man Jim says. He's just a logo. No, he's not just a logo, Man Jim. He is a real person, as you seen on Friday. So it was good to get Bev on JP and get a wee chat with him, and like you say, he's put the face to the logo. So, but yeah, Saturday was good, mate. I don't think I drank as much as you Saturday. I was quite sensible on Saturday. Had a few share bits and back in my bed early, so I was all right Sunday morning. So, but no, it was good to obviously sign off a double JP. We'll probably talk about bits of the game and overall, but I think we can all, no matter what happens over the season in certain games or certain players or decisions that we've maybe not been happy with, etc., from the start of the season to now, it's a massive success. It's a real success story in the season. Another 2 trophies to add to the cabinet. Just about nearly getting to the most successful team in the world. I don't think they'll be happy about that. So, but overall, I'm absolutely buzzing to be celebrating and speaking about another season full of trophies. Not the treble, but it's still a very, very handsome double to have in your cabinet, mate, to add to the absolutely unprecedented success we've had. I know people, myself, I've gave Peter Lawwell a wee bit of jip. Other people have gave some of the board members some jip in the past, and sometimes quite rightly so. But since he has come in, you've just got to see the success we've since the early 2000s. It's been phenomenal, and again, we'll probably talk about it during the pod about gaps and stuff, mate. But let's be fair, our trophy haul for the last so many years is phenomenal. Doesn't matter if you're playing junior football, amateur football, whatever league you're in. To do that every season and keep that, like I said, we spoke about it last week about Cal McGregor, how many trophies he's won, but he still gets up every day to be the best he can, to turn up to training, be the best, set standards. To do that every week in a long, long season, to then go and do it again and do it again in the same league. And you could be like, you know what, I'm bored of this. I love the club, I love the fans, but I've done enough. I've been to Tony Mark, I've been to Dingwall, how many times I want to do it again. I might want to go elsewhere. But he's still here, still turning out performance, he's still winning trophies, and that's the big thing for me, mate. It's the mentality of the club, and Cal McGregor epitomises the mentality of the club.
Yeah, 100%. And Jem asked me a question saying there's too much shouting, JP. No, I had nothing to shout about, and Jem, to be fair. I was just singing. Just like I say, I've lost my voice singing. And when you mix beer and you try to sing, and where I was, the gentleman's house I was in, he's got Alexa in the house, Ryan. So you're putting a song on and all the boys are at the wind up and they're all shouting Alexa and the song stops and it just annoys you. And you're trying to listen to a good song that you've not listened to for a while, and so you're shouting Alexa, and my missus must have thought I had another person on the go, by the way, because I was saying her name that much. Alexa, 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 I swear to God. It must have been coming out in my sleep.
Stop, go.
That's what it's like. I just wish he'd one of the old record players, man, so you could just go like that with a needle and take it back to the start. Do you know what I mean?
Press the button.
I was nearly like James Tavernier. The boys are all waiting to me saying the line. I'm disappointed. disappointed.
Say the line.
You know what? Say the line. I'm disappointed. Stop saying Alexa, because it's cutting off the song about you. So if you must know, Anjem, that's part of the problem as to why my throat sounds as if I've swallowed a bag of jiggies.
But I bet when you said disappointed, I went, way!
Aye. Ended up with a pint of drink all line over the top of me and everything. Brilliant. But, what a weekend, mate. Like you says, it's just remarkable. Really iconic. There's a moment in it, obviously we'll come to that. But I'm going to do this early doors because I've had permission to do this. I'm going to let everybody see. Now this, by the way, before anybody asks, this isn't me, right? It's no me. I know the gentleman this is, and I've had permission to do this on his behalf. I'm not going to tell you his name because I don't think you need to know. All you need to know is this, folks, is what it's like to be Celtic. This is what it does to you. Here we go.
Of the jungle deep, that's where the lion sleeps. For in those evil eyes, they have no place in paradise. What's that big graffiti on the wall? It's all it's done with gold. I said graffiti on the wall. Of myself. Graffiti on the wall, it says my magic, graffiti on the wall.
Guys.
Graffiti on the wall.
Now, that's the way I feel now, waking up out my bed. Honestly, that's the feeling, folks. If you want to know what it's like to be Celtic, that is the feeling. Now, the gentleman got a surprise yesterday. This was off his Ring doorbell. So the footage that you have just saw is off his Ring doorbell. Now, I've had his permission to play that tonight. And I told him he'd remain anonymous. I kept my promise. I will keep my promise. But that's how we all felt on Saturday, Ryan. I'm sorry, mate. But I'm telling you now, I'm glad I've not got Ring. I'm glad I've not got the Ring doorbell. Because you should have seen mine. You would have been able to see mine if I would have put that footage up as well. When I came in. What I came in wearing as well. And before MDS, it's nothing daft or, that's what Celtic does to you, Ryan. So if anybody wants to know how our weekend went, I think that video pretty much sums that up, mate.
It does, aye. The majority of Celtic fans are like that when you win trophies. It just shows you, JP, what football does to you.
Absolutely.
Football, when you lose, you're doing the dumps and you don't want to speak to people, you don't want to look at anything. But as soon as Celtic win, especially, you beat your rivals, you're on Twitter, you're on everywhere, you're just absolutely gloating in it, and that's the way you feel. Football, especially Celtic, JP, it's not just like people say, it's a way of life, mate. You speak about it every day, and when you win trophies, the first thing you do when you wake up is you go to work buzzing, or you go to your family's house the next day, or wherever you're going, you've got a smile on your face because you know that if it's all rose in the garden today, I've just won, I'm buzzing. You go to work, if you're working with Rangers fans, like, hey, look at you, and it's just a brilliant atmosphere. And like you say, mate, I think that's I'm going to say, that's just about probably the majority of the Celtic fans around the world would have been waking up or still at Bevan now singing that song. So,
probably, aye.
So I would say, yeah, mate, that's the way that the majority is feeling. Whoever it was that was on the video, they've put themselves out there for basically what we are. The rest of the fans will like, so that's just that.
100%.
That's just one snippet in the full world, and just
100%. That's just a video that's
just unfortunate we got the right doorbell.
Aye. I've got to say, by the way, brilliant audio with the Ring doorbell. Really is. It's really good audio. Considering the guy's not even right up at the door.
Mine to invest in one of them, by the way. Mine doorbells.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm glad I didn't have it. And James said there that you've started JP, so you need to finish what you burn. Well, I came home with a nice wee bowler's hat on. It was like full of shamrocks, and I just came home singing, similar to that gentleman in the video there. I just came home singing, and I think the song I was singing coming in the house was Champions Again, Ole Ole. So, yeah, like I say, and that's what, Ryan, you've just said to yourself, mate, that's what Saturday was all about. You know, that's what it, that's the kind of, see folk that maybe don't watch football, Ryan, and they don't quite get it, or maybe that football's not a sport and they've got another sport, and then they ask you, maybe if you're standing up, I've had guys say to me, what's it like being a football fan and being in the stadiums and stuff? That's what it does to you. That's the feeling you get. There's no other feeling like it in the world, you know? And to watch Celtic winning trophies, and it never gets old. You never tire it. You never get fed up with it. And that's the mood it puts us on. Puts us in a happy singing mood. Want to go up the road and chill out and sing a couple of songs, crack open a couple of beers if you've got one in the house, and put music on, have a good time, have a laugh, have a carry on, you know. We've seen other fans through the years, you know, feeling the need to go in and break a bench at George Square, you know, or, you know, go in and stone and cuddle into statues in the middle of George Square, and put loaf packets on their head and sing songs, and stone in a jag of nettles arguing with a manager. Could be worse, mate. We could, you know. And then there was a guy, I think, at the weekend there, I know. He's got some sort of, I don't know if he was dressed up as I don't know if he was trying to be Deadpool, but he's spray painted himself blue, with some sort of costume. I don't know what you would call it. What really concerns me there is, see if you've got a missus, how do you start that conversation with her in the house? See when you're getting ready for a game, during the day, babe, you pull out the coat hanger, and this is hanging up. How does that conversation begin? And see if you've got wains, how then does she allow you to still go out dressed like that? And say to you, aye babe, on you go, enjoy the game today. And I hope you're not too warm in that, by the way. Like, I don't understand. I would much rather be like the gentleman in the video there, you know, full of life, full of character, full of singing, being joyful, enjoying myself, rather than being dressed up like something out of one of the short windies in Primark or something like that, you know what I mean? I just don't know. I would be interested to hear that conversation, to see where that stems from, because that to me, mate, I don't know. Like, how do you begin to tell your wife what you're wearing for a football?
I don't know why you wake up and go, do you know what? I wear a morph suit today to the football. Morph suit to the football. Come on, man. Come on. Do you know what? Right, I'll have my tea. I'll have my toast. I'll get there. If you're a Rangers fan, I've got the sash on. No bother. Get yourself up for the battle fever. Get yourself up and ready for the battle fever coming. I like to call it that, don't you? Battle fever. And then I'll go and put my blue morph suit on. And then we'll go to the London, get a wee pint, we'll go to the game, and then we'll just sit in tears. Brilliant. I love it. Why did it? Listen, I'm off a battering, but why do you do that to yourself? You're going to get put out there to look absolutely crazy. Imagine me waking up and, do you know what? I'll go and make my coffee. I'll go and have my fruit, my Greek yogurt. Do you know what? I'm going to put my green moths out today and go and get milk out the shops before I go to football. Just mental. But no, like you say, in terms of obviously the way the person in the video was feeling, mate, that's just, I've seen a few comments, that's just what Celtic does, like you said there. When you get to stadiums and it's, when you play football, you know yourself, JP, when you play football to winning trophies and as a fan, it's a bit different because you're obviously doing it individually, and like myself, for me, the best feeling in the world was scoring goals. Nothing will ever beat it. It's one thing when you're technically retired or just I get injured, can't play again. You still kind of chase something like that. You chase a feeling like that. I want that back. I want the feeling of playing football. But when you go and support your team and you win trophies and you see your team scoring goals, and that's a similar feeling. It's like you say, it's adrenaline. It's what's the word? A dopamine. It's an excitement. It's brilliant, we've won, and the rest of your day is just, no matter what happens in your life that day, if you've got depression, if you're arguing with your missus or your partner or whatever you're going through that day or that week, it's done for that day, because all you're thinking is my team's won. Brilliant. On Twitter, your social media, your phone, all your pals, brilliant. What a result. Can't wait to next season now. And but no, it was fantastic, JP, and to sign off for a double. And I think we all say, would have took the league. If we lost the Scottish Cup, right, okay, it's no ideal, but we've won the league, we've got the jackpot, the Champions League, we've got the guaranteed playoff, the group stages, but then you've got a double now, and you're going to look, you're going to look now to go and push on in the season. So, but aye, absolutely buzzing, mate, and it's always good to come on here on a Monday and smile. We're used to that, but JP, we're used to the last how many years we've been smiling every Monday, mate. So it's good to be smiling. It's good to be celebrating winning trophies.
Definitely, and winning derbies as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it was actually quite nice, Philip Clement, to send us over a wee photo of the new Rangers kit for next season, because obviously what he said was, this is easier for the Rangers new kit man to prepare for the players, to speed up the time for them to take in the training and obviously match day. So I'll give everybody a wee quick snippet of the new kit for next season. There we go. It's good material, I think, isn't it? It really is. It's
is that? By the way, this might be
apparently it's quite easy to hang up as well. Quite easy to put together.
That's what I recognise it. The Half 10 show. I knew you were going for somewhere.
But you've got a green one, haven't you?
I've got a green one, aye. That's why
you've got a green one, aye.
That's why I went to games. I walk out of my green and white balloons. Can you see it now?
Yours isn't quite a full suit. Yours is a short sleeve one, isn't it?
Can you see it now?
Aye.
They can see you now, all right.
Imagine going to the game dressed as a blue condom. I wonder if his name's Johnny.
Oh, brilliant, man.
I wonder if his name's Johnny. You picture it?
Oh, brilliant.
Johnny or Billy, it's going to be. Imagine going to football dressed as that, man. That's just frightening. Imagine a wife coming in, you're in the middle of getting ready.
Halloween, Smurfs.
You're just out of the shower. You're just out of the shower and trying to get dragged, and you're trying to put that hang on, man.
Oh, it's stuck to me. It's stuck to me.
I know.
Oh, brilliant.
Imagine getting into a swimming pool with it on, man. You'd fly right through the water like baby seal, wouldn't you?
Up for air.
Try and get a bit of air.
Oh, brilliant, man.
So trapped under a block of ice, you're trying to get up for air. Find a hole. Find a hole, Johnny. Find a hole. Quickly. Aye. There's Scott says, big rubber Johnny Lundstrom.
Aye. Brilliant, man.
Ah, brilliant, man. Superb. It's good we can laugh now. We can have a laugh now. The pressure's all off us now. And, you know, we can all have a laugh and wear stupid costumes and go to football games. But I know I've put that one up there. Obviously, the one the boy in the crowd had on was quite similar, actually.
Yeah.
It was just the hood side of it, right enough. And as I said, it's quite a weird bunch. I mean, this is a mob that used to sing a song about a magic hat. And they used to turn up with Warburton's loaf packets on their head at football games, singing about a guy with a magic hat. Ryan, I know you're laughing, mate, but this, how can you take it? You can't take them seriously. You know? You can't get serious about them because they can't take themselves seriously.
I'm all for a laugh and a joke and banter and having a laugh but when you realistically look at that, it's crazy. It's mental. Like you say, toasty Warburton hats and Gerrard cutouts and just it's mental. It's nuts, mate. It's just nuts. It's just like you say, it's.
They brought out a video with a guy sitting playing an accordion, singing about "We Are Rangers." Sitting with a blue cardigan on. What are you doing?
Oh man!
Sitting with Broxy Bells and all that run about him, and then there was another guy. I don't know if everybody's seen this one on social media. He came up with ideas for money making schemes for the club.
What walkie-talkies?
I knew you were going to pick that out right away. He was wanting a 30 versus 30 match of paintball, but it was only allowed red, white and blue paint.
Copy, follow bear.
Aye. Come in, Commander, 1860.
But was it bouncy castles at all, wasn't it?
Aye, bouncy castles, aye. Aye, charge a bench £2 to have a minute bounce with Broxy Bear. I know, God loves him, honestly. God loves a trier. But,
brilliant, man.
This is what I'm saying. You can't get serious about them, you know. And for the last, I've always thought that they've had some erotic channel for quite a while. Because they keep saying they're coming. And it just never seems to get there, you know.
Listen, they've obviously not watched the Half 10 show yet, so they need to subscribe to that.
Oh, no.
And then they might get to that stage
Then they'll get to that hurdle sort of thing.
They might get to that hurdle.
The next stage.
They can't get to that stage and they can't get to trophies. They'll get somewhere down the line, but they'll need to do a bit more research and a bit more digging on that, I think. Yeah.
But listen, mate, obviously we've got to double our line. And it's no surprise. We've been saying it all season about the mentality in the squad, players in the squad. One guy I want to mention who I think in a quick time has changed the outlook for us this season has been Adam Eder. He's been absolutely frightening, man. Frightening, you know. And there's been no questions about it for me. He's had that quality, showed it right for the onset. His first proper game for us, he scored two penalties. Every game he's played, Ryan, if you look at the back and the goals that he scored in, the games have all been big big meaningful games that have meant something for Celtic.
Yeah.
That have got Celtic important victories and important points. And that at the weekend, mate, was just icing on the cake for a big fella. And like he says himself, he said it in a couple of interviews, and then he said it to the crowd that congregated outside Paradise on Saturday, that it's the most important goal in his career.
Yeah.
That must have been, he must have been totally elated. And the excitement running through his body, mate, as he's celebrating, was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think obviously, like I said, as a striker, you're based on your goals, and but for me, I like a striker to do everything if he can. I do feel that there's parts of his game that I think the older he gets, the wiser, the more he's playing with at Celtic or a team of that ilk and playing regularly, I think he'll adapt certain parts of his game. But in terms of his contribution since he's come in, he's been brilliant. I know he was doubted of myself, but it wasn't him on his ability, because I've said it on the podcast, I've said it to anybody. I've not seen much of the guy, but his profile does not look ideal. Doesn't look a signing that we should go for. His profile just doesn't fit Celtic. It just didn't fit a guy that we were looking for to come in and go, boom.
Yeah.
So, profile-wise, didn't suit Celtic. But I did say I'm happy to come in and see how he goes. And let's be fair, as the weeks have been going on and on and on, and he's been getting better, and he's a poacher. You can see he might not be the all-round striker, but what he does is he scores goals. For us so far, he's proved he scored goals. Was it 9 in 19 games or so? It's a decent outlay, I would say, for a striker that's not started every game. I think I love Giakoumakis, and if Giakoumakis was done what he's done so far, you'd be saying this was a good player. So, no, listen, it all depends. I did say that I would sign him, but it does all depend the price. I think £5 to £6 million would probably be the maximum of pay JP. I don't think any more than that. I think that's just about, I think that's his price tag. I don't think I would go more than that. I think that's reasonable, and I think that's what I would happily pay. I think he's been really good. I think he'll get better as well, obviously, with the faith in the manager, and the manager obviously likes him. He fits the mould of the way he wants to play: physical, powerful, quick. So I do feel that a bit more with the squad, with the manager. If he signs permanently, then I do feel he will be an asset, because you seen when they on the park that Kyogo wasn't getting joy. No, that his fault that the ball just wasn't going to him. There was nothing to him. But then when Adam comes on, he gives you a different outlay. You can put the ball up to him, you can flick it on, you can run the channels and hold it up. So it gives you something like Giakoumakis, the way he's built, strong, powerful, can hold it up. So it gives you a different dimension when you need to maybe go long, or you need to hold it up and maybe waste a bit of time. For me, Scott, like, I get what you're saying, Scott, but it's just my personal opinion. The Majowski, for me, I think that's gone me now. I think I would, just my opinion, I would go and look elsewhere. I think Aberdeen will want a bit of money for Majowski. Do I really see Celtic spending £12 million on 2 strikers? If that's the case, I don't see it personally. I'd love it. But I do feel that we can buy better than Bojan Majowski, in my opinion. Yes, he's a goal scorer. He's done well with Aberdeen. It's no snobbery, because if we signed him, I'd be happy with him. But I do feel that we can go and buy better in terms of all-round play. But he is a goal scorer, so I agree with Scott that if he was to sign, I wouldn't be against it. I just don't think we're going to spend £12 million on 2 strikers. I'd love it. And I do feel, JP, we spoke about it, that I think Bago is on his way out, and I do feel we need to sign somebody else to complement Kyogo and Aida. And listen, I know I've said it previously on this before, it might sound daft to a lot of people, but Kyogo isn't the only guy we can get that's a top striker. Again, we don't do rumours, but there's chat about Edward coming back and other guys of that ilk. Listen, if that's the sort of ilk that we can go and get, then listen, go and get them. But I think you will need to pay a bit of money for Adam Mida, because he is under contract. he has got a few years left. I don't know how many he's got, but I know he's under a contract with Norwich, so it's obviously down to Norwich and Celtic, because they might want to keep him for the promotion push. So who knows? But if I was to ask JP, I would take him, but I think it does depend the price. If it's £5 to £6 million, I think yes. Any more than that, then I think you need to have a conversation and with the board and think, do you go elsewhere, or do you take what you've got here and what you know?
Yeah, no, listen, it's a no-brainer for me. I would go and sign Adam Eder right now. And I think, just listening to him at the weekend, I think with Brendan, I think, you know, he says it, everybody knows my feelings on him at the club, and the board are well aware of what he wants. So I would imagine Adam Eder is probably pretty top, or one of the top of that list in terms of bringing him in permanently. I think the player would jump at it as well. There is no way, this is just me again, everybody else might be different, but there is no way he's going back to play with Norwich in the Championship when Celtic are in the Champions League. It's just it just doesn't make sense. There is no sense in it whatsoever. And if Norwich have got any brain at all, then they'll do the business and get the deal signed, because I think all parties, it would benefit. Celtic are a massive club compared to Norwich, and Norwich, I've heard today that Norwich are trying to bring in the FC Nordsjælland manager, so they're in a bit of, you know, upheaval themselves. No, I would just go on. It's a no-brainer for me, Ryan. I would just go and do the deal. It's that simple. We've got to sign him. We cannot let that go. We will rue that if we don't. That will come back to haunt us. Adam Eder, again, similar to Edward, similar to Jota, similar to Cameron Carter-Vickers. We've done this before with players. We went down a try before you buy route. And I'm afraid that goal on Saturday, mate, is worth every single penny of the 5 or 6 million, whatever it's going to be. It might not even be that, by the way. People, there's just this rumour about, oh, Norwich will want this or Norwich will want that. We don't know. That's for, like you says, that's for Celtic and Norwich to negotiate that. But I can probably have a guess and hazard a guess at this, that Rodgers picked him. You can tell by the way he talks. He selected him in January. I know it probably didn't seem like that. And listen, this was a guy who, by quite a lot of our support, were lambasted. He was lambasted. He was called a dud. He was called a guy who couldn't get a game with Norwich. He was a Norwich squad player. And he came up here and he lit the place up. So I think people need to take a wee seat back now and think about, you know, before passing judgment, because it doesn't matter where he is. He's a young lad. He's come to work with Brendan Rodgers. And for me now, Rodgers has bought himself the trust of the Celtic board for what he's delivered this season now. And the circumstance that he did it in. So if you don't trust him now, then you could probably lose a manager as well, mate. And if you lose a manager, you need to be very careful then where you go next.
I think, I said to you last week, the board need to back him now, and not just back him with money, sanction quality signings. None of these 500 grand for Japan or 200 grand for Australia, or these like projects. You can have the odd project or the odd £1 million signing to maybe nurture. But see, if you tell the fans, listen, it's a £1 million project. Well, no, obviously, you're not going to come out and say it's a project, right? But a £1 million guy who thinks a gem, obviously, he's not going to come out and say all this. But us as fans, you've been through football, JP. You know where the profile of a player and the price of him, right? He's maybe just here for maybe a few years, a year or so, get him developed, play him games, and then you'll maybe see how he goes. You don't mind the odd 1 or 2 players like that, but the majority of our signings have to be players that the manager feels is going to come in and challenge the players here or be better. Even if that's O'Reilly, Hatate, McGregor, Vickers, whoever it is, they've got to come in and go, listen, come in and make us better. No, there's no point signing 12 players again, and maybe one might start. That's just, that can't happen. Yeah. Back the manager, or you could lose him. I think you're right, because he's an elite level manager. He's top. Like I said, I said on the radio on the weekend, I said to you last week, he's one of the best managers Scotland's ever had, and I'll put my name on that. Ever had. His CV, everything about him, the way he conducts himself, the way he deals with things. Like Rangers, in my opinion, Walter Smith's probably one of the best ever managers, and he's one of Scotland's.
He's the best Celtic manager we've had since Joe Stein. He's the most successful Celtic manager.
And if you look over the road, over the water, Walter Smith, he's probably one of the best managers as well, probably Scotland's ever had in the league. One of their best managers ever. So when you get the managers, you need to back them. And with Brendan, especially Scottish football, if he gets backed, it's bye-bye. We're at a total... This is where we need to, as a club, totally go, see you later. None of this, just we'll challenge Rangers, we'll win the league and stuff. No, say cheerio. We've got the manpower now, but do it sensibly. Don't go and spend millions of pounds on guys that might not do well, or go and be like a Tory Anderson and spend £12 million a guy. Just scores a few goals, but doesn't do everything that you want, and it's a lot of money spent. So make sure the money's spent wisely, and I agree with JP. If you back him, then I think you'll get, especially domestically, you'll get success. But the European campaign, it's a European campaign now where he knows maybe parts of the team that he's got to do better in. Let him go into Europe now with a full pre-season, a full campaign in the summer of transfer window, and just let him go, because he's going to have a massive job in Europe, because obviously this format's changed, but it's changed for the better. I think if we get in the top 23 or 24, you get another 2 games. So if we can't get in the top 24, then you're going to start going to the board. Listen, when are you going to help us here? When are we going to do something in Europe? When you've got probably last year was a massive chance. This year's an even bigger chance now to at least get to a bit further if you can. But I think JP for me sort of there with recruitment, and if you do it right, then you've got every chance. But you need to do it properly. And first of all, we spoke about it, and you can come in on this, mate. For me, the main priority this summer is an absolute solid number 1.
Yeah, we need a goalkeeper, mate. It's the most important signing of the summer window that's coming. I've said it millions of times. We need to get it right, and that needs to be, in my opinion, where the immediate focus from the recruitment team or whoever's doing that job now, that's where their focus needs to be lying on at the moment before you start bringing in elsewhere. We have lost a man mountain in Joe Hart. We're not going to appreciate that till he's not here anymore. We have lost someone who's not only a very good goalkeeper, a top-of-the-range goalkeeper, but the way he handles himself, the way he carries himself, the way he prepares for games, the way he is in the dressing room. He was a big voice, a massive character. And, yeah, as I said, it's, that's the most important signing. Plunge, I know you've said Martin O'Neill there got us to a European final. No, he did, mate. Absolutely. But we didn't win the final. And the teams we were playing against way back then were much more on a level playing field in terms of money. Look at the players that were in our team. Larson, Sutton, Hartson, Lennon. They were all bought for big money way back then. 5-6 million quid. Your Alan Thompsons. They were all boys that came up for the Premier League and done well. the money that teams were spending wasn't as astronomical as what it is now, and the gap between the financial gap wasn't as high as what it is now as well. That's a great achievement, don't get me wrong, getting to the final. But in terms of trophy haul, I was meaning plunge that Brendan Rodgers is, you know, he's the most successful manager since Stokestein with the amount of trophies he's delivered for the team. So that was cemented and put in the history books now. We won in the cup on Saturday. He's now the most successful in terms of trophies since Big Jock. So, as I said, and some of your fan base, Ryan, weren't having it at the beginning of the season. They weren't wanting him to replace Big Ange, and like I says, mate, you look at the list of candidates that were there at the time, and he was the most fitting. 1, he knew the place, he knew the team. 2, he knew the league. So he knew what the opposition was going to be, he knew it was going to be coming in and up against. 3, his record in the derby is absolutely frightening. Frightening. And, yeah. But in terms of signings, you talk about recruitment and stuff, Ryan. Number 1 needs to be the goalkeeper. I don't care what other signings, you know, is it, you talk about Adam Eder and people want Bernardo and the other players to come in. And, no, it needs to be Joe Hart's position. That's concentration. We need to get that right, mate. We can't have a Scott Bain or a Benji Siegrist or somebody that's coming in who kind of like a candle to Joe Hart. You can't go back about, mate, no in that position. Because every good team always has a very good goalkeeper. You want to be successful, you need a good goalkeeper. Joe Hart's been with his 3 seasons. He's delivered 3 league titles, 2 league cups, and 2 Scottish Cups as well. It's not bad, mate, for 3 years work off a big fella. Apart from Big Fraser Foster and maybe Craig Gordon, I'm not too sure. Maybe Big Borix, but I don't know in terms of numbers wise. That's a lot of trophies in quick succession, mate. Celtic have won 7 trophies in the last 3 years.
Listen, Joe Hart's been phenomenal. Not just on the park, but obviously off the park.
But like I says, mate, you won't know that until he's away.
Yeah.
No, people won't appreciate him until he's away.
It's not just what he does on the park; it's off the park, and he's obviously he was vice captain, wasn't he? So him and Carter Vickers kind of done a bit when McGregor was not playing, and he's had a fantastic career. Played with Man City when they were starting to spend money, and he stayed there for a while. But Guardiola says no because he couldn't play with his feet. But listen, that's just the way football is, and for me, you play, the goalkeeper uses their hands. If you play with their feet, it's a bonus. It's ideal, good distribution, it's ideal, but you want to save shots, and Joe Hart does that. He's been brilliant for £1 million, daylight robbery, bargain, experience, and that annoys me that the fact that Neil Lennon wanted him for the 10th season, and the board said no because he had no selling value. That's absolutely criminal that Joe Hart spoke to Celtic that summer, but they decided to spend £5 million in Barkas because he was younger, and maybe I still say Barkas is a good goalkeeper. It's just for Celtic, he was just not good enough, and that's no matter what I think about the guy going forward. At my club, he was not good enough, and that's just a simple fact. I totally get you what you're saying, and I'm bang on with you that the goalkeeper's a main priority. For me, with a Celtic team, I think we need to build for the back and then go. I think striking wise, you've got Kyogo at the moment. You don't need to go and rush to get a striker. He's here for a while, so you don't need to go and rush out to get a striker. You've got him at the moment. Midfield, you've still got Mattarelli here, you've still got Tati. They're still here now. So the defence and the goalkeeper department for me is where I would start with. get that priority first, and then if Matt O'Reilly goes, you deal with it. But have somebody or 2 or 3 guys that you can maybe call on to maybe go in if he goes, right, okay, he's gone, right, let's go. But a goalkeeper for me, somebody to play with Carter Vickers, because I think Liam Skill's done all right yesterday. But there was parts where I was like, Liam, come on. I think actually a guy used a good analogy on silver scoreboard, and I'm probably going to agree with him. Liam Skills is maybe a credit card, and he's maybe hit his max, he's hit his seal, and I don't think he's going to get any better. He is what he is now, and I think he's okay with what he is as a squad player. But I think for us to go forward, something that's to go out of Vickers, I think, and then you're looking a bit more. I think us as fans are a bit more right. Okay, right, good. We've got somebody else in there.
How much money do you think? How much money do you think Celtic will need to spend to displace Liam Scales for the team? I asked a guy in Saturday as well.
Can I be honest with you? I don't think you need to spend a lot of money. I don't. Personally, I don't. I think
you're bearing in mind you're bringing a guy who's just delivered a double.
He's done. He's done. He has,
and he's been unbeaten in the derby this season. 5 of them.
I think the reason why I think he's done well is because of where he came from. He's came from going out the door. He's done well since he's come in, but there's definitely parts of his game either he's got to improve on under Rodgers, or I don't think he'll be playing. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and downplay JP if they win a double, because that's just
no. I'm just I've heard a couple of people now saying that the same as yourself about Scalesy, right?
I don't think you would need to spend mega money to replace
him.
Really? Nah, no chance. No mega money.
Bearing in mind before him, he spent £4 and a bit million on Starfelt, and he's come in and took Starfelt's place.
No, I don't think he has. He's not took Starfelt's place. Starfelt's Bentley.
Well, he has, because he's been the mainstay of the team the whole season.
In terms of quality, though, he's no matched him. Neighbour near it. Starfelt was brilliant. I love Starfelt. He had his boo boys, same as Liam Scales. He's got his boo boys. Certain players have got. That's just we've all got our favourites, or guys that we prefer, or guys who don't think are good enough. I think the start of the season when Starfelt wasn't there, like similar to Joe Hart, you can have seen the gap that he was there. No for me, Kaiser. That's crazy talk, mate. Absolute crazy talk. Nobody is going to bid £7 million for Liam Scales. Sort of opinions, Kaiser, but no for me, mate. That's nowhere near it. Liam Scales is never going to go for £7 million on his puff. If he does, then I'll generally go and drown bleach. That's never happening. It's no happening. I can't agree with that. I can't. Liam Scales he's done well since he's come in, but he's not worth that amount of money. I can't. I'm not going to get into it any longer. I can't. But the main priority for me, JP, is the goalkeeper. I think if you get a number one, who's maybe, I think the Turkish guy was linked. There's Angus Gunn linked. There's another goalkeeper was linked recently. I think we're going to be linked to a lot of goalies, mate, until we sign one.
I
think
the big boy Castells as well.
Yeah, so that was him, Wolfsburg. Again, I used to watch a lot of German football. I don't now, so I don't know how good he is, but I've on his profile, experience, played in the highest level in the Bundesliga for a long time.
I mean, you don't play just under 300 games in the Bundesliga, mate, if you're not getting that.
You must be good. So for a free transfer, it's a bit of a bargain. Again, I've not seen him.
A free transfer?
Well, I can sort of contact, you know.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know. I thought we were going to have to pay something for that.
If anybody
can quote me that, I didn't.
But I'm sure he's either out of contract this year or it's next year, but he's definitely got long left.
Right, okay.
Got long left. I'm sure he's only 31, 32. So for a goalkeeper, you know yourself, JP, these days 32 is not all for a goalkeeper.
No, 100%, mate. And to go by the experience he's got as well, I think Celtic would be a great jump for something like that. I really do, considering where he is just now, and
I thought that, but free transfer. I thought that, aye.
Ah, right, okay, Chris. I wasn't aware of that, mate. That, by the way, that's even better then, because I thought Celtic were going to have to pay money for him. And to get a guy that sort of pedigree, normally you would think, right, we're probably going to need to pay a couple of million here, or whatever it may be. I didn't even know he was at a contract. There you go, that's a new one on me, lads. Well done, but for me, something like that would be a very shrewd bit of business. Yeah, I really do think that he's one of those players as well that you would bring in, Ryan, and he's that age bracket as well. He'd bring experience. He might even bring a big character himself along with that. You know, he's obviously been about the game for a while. Played at a very good level in the Bundesliga. Albeit he's probably not played the best team.
Yeah, Blake, that's who. Yeah, him. Yeah, mate,
yeah. Cohen Castells, mate. Yeah, that's who we're chatting about there. I mean, to play, like I say, I think it's like 292 games or something he's played in the Bundesliga. That's scary. And yeah, as I say, recently I know the Scottish Sun have broke that Celtic are looking to bring in Daniel Amatri as well. Another player, 29-year-old. I think that's the type of profile of player we should be looking for. I said to the boys in Sports Sound when I was on last week, I don't like using the term ready-made, because what is that? You know, is there an explanation for ready-made? What does that mean, considering he's a player? But what I think is, what I like saying is more experience, as in age. So guys who have got a bit more about the game. Daniel Amatri has played a remarkable amount of games in the Premier League. He's played at international level. I think he was part of a Leicester team that won the Premier League as well. He's played in Europe. He's played under Brendan Rodgers as well. So to me, that would ring of Kolo Toure, that signing. Kolo came in at a time where we nearly needed him. Helped us get to the Champions League with his experience. Helped us draw with Man City at Celtic. He was excellent that night. I think it's the best game I've seen him play for Celtic that night, Ryan. Kolo Toure, I thought he was absolutely quality that night. He was good against them in the derby when we, when we beat him 5-1 in Rodgers' very first derby. So, yeah, like I say, Daniel Amatri, definitely for me, I think he's a big unit. He's a lad, he brings physicality that we don't have at the moment in there. He would bring a height, and he would bring athleticism as well. He's quite quick. He's got a nice touch as well. And he plays for Ghana. So, and if you look at the Ghanaians, they're all big lads, man. They can all run for days, and they've got this energy that Maeda uses all the time when you see them. So, yeah, I would be all for taking the Daniel Amatri one as well, and seeing how that goes, and players of that ilk, and the same way the boy Castells, because obviously I know we're probably going to need 2 goalkeepers as well. It's not just going to be one. So I'm a bit surprised, actually, Ryan. I thought maybe a name would have came to the fore by now. I thought we would have heard. Because for me, that's important, mate. That's a big signing. And I think Celtic, if they've not already, obviously they've not put it out yet, I can't see them being too far away, mate, by announcing...
I'd like to think...
Announcing a goalkeeper anyway.
I'd like to think we would get one in as soon as we can. Obviously, we know we've talked to a lot of people on the podcast for years, JP, that deals are not just done right away. There's obviously a lot of process and how agents and houses and other things. There's loads of things involved in getting a player. So hopefully that's halfway down the line and we'll get one in soon before the guys are back training. It'd be good to get a new sign in the door and get done early. And I know. Was
he sober, Scott, when he said that?
I did see that, Scott. I do agree with JP in terms of that. For me, I can say there's ready-made. I know what you're saying in terms of more experience. I get what you're saying, mate. You don't want to really say somebody's ready-made, but for me, there's ready-made. For me, a ready-made is somebody who's already played at clubs for a while. They've got an experience, like who's 27, 28. They're going to the peak of their career. For me, that's a player who's just about getting to their capacity. When you get to 28, 29, are you going to improve really that much? Probably no. You're maybe going to stay a wee bit. Don't get me wrong, some guys who do get better by age. But I do believe there's guys out there that, if you want to call them ready-made, who have got a bit of experience. Look, Daniel Amati, just say it. I've not seen him play in a while since he left Leicester, right? So I'm not going to come out and say I know everything about him recently. But he's a profile in terms of he's experienced. He would come in and he's not really obviously every signing's a gamble, right? But you're not signing a guy who's 21 with no experience and going, right, how's he going to be? You know he's going to come in and he's going to be solid, he can defend, so you know roughly what you're getting. The manager knows of him. Similar to the guy who's 32, the goalkeeper. He's kind of ready-made. He's played over 4 games for Wolfsburg. I think it's 8 or 10 caps for Belgium. So he's kind of ready-made to come in and make an impact. But if you sign somebody who's 21, you don't know what they're going to be like. You're 20, you don't know if they're going to come in and wait a year or they're going to come in and go boom. So I get what you're saying with that. We just need... I've seen somebody mention about how much they think we'll spend. He put it this way, he's got the biggest budget a Celtic man has ever had at his disposal. Obviously, I don't know what his budget is in terms of playing staff, what has he got to build on, but I think, we were speaking to Tom English at the weekend on the radio, he said that he thinks he'll get about 40 million to spend. That's what he says to me. Well, not me personally, but that's what he says on the conversation. And I'd like to think that's roughly going about right. I'd like to think that would be the case. Because if you do sell, I say if, because who knows what can happen in football. If we sell Matt O'Reilly, that's just about your budget, plus a wee bit more of the money that you've already got. So then again, you're not spending money of your own. So then you're adding to that again next season, the next season, and you're just always in profit. So maybe go a wee bit, like the manager says in the summer, be a bit braver. I don't know how much we're going to spend. I'd love us to... I'm not saying going to spend £10 million on one player, but similar to what O'Neill done, 6, 5, 6, and maybe 4. See if you spend 20-odd million, £25 million and 45 players that are going to go boom, get your assists, get your goals, get your bit of experience. I think we'll all take the hit, JP, if, okay, we're spending a bit of money, but if we then win the league again, or one of these guys do well, sell them on again. You're always going to make profit, because like we've said, well, I've said to you, and we've spoken about it, you look at Brendan Rodgers' major transfers that he's had a say in. Nancham, Edward, I know he was a loan deal, but Edward, Sinclair, just they 3 alone, for big money, they've all been massive successes. But you look at his smaller fees, not been great. So you trust him with the big signings, but his smaller signings have not really been a success. But if you look at his major signings, they've been massive. Colo Toure, free transfer, I think it was. Experience, ready-made, boom. Fantastic. It might not have been great to the end of his career at Celtic, but he came in, like you mentioned, the game against Man City. It was tremendous. Solid as a rock. He came in the league and he was head and shoulders at 35, 36. So, I think the full banner for me tonight would be back the manager. Like you're saying, back him, man. He's an elite level manager, and if you don't back him, JP will be off. He won't sit here and go, you know what, right, I'll just spend 15 million.
No, he's not going to continue. He's not going to continue on with us and being let down, or what he feels is not backed enough by the recruitment staff. Or I think that's why we're seeing changes. You know, obviously the boy Cooper's joined by his request.
By the way, touch wood, I want to actually give the recruitment team a tiny bit of credit for January, because obviously they ironed out Kuhn and, well, I like to think they did, Adam Ida and Kuhn, if they were involved in that. Yeah. You've got to give him a tiny bit of praise, I would say, for that. But obviously they've left now, and I think obviously Rodgers was not happy if someone had to obviously change a few things.
Well, Brendan, obviously speaking, and obviously we know ourselves, Brendan, we know Brendan got Adam Ida himself.
Yeah.
He knew the player, he knew of him. He tried to sign him at Leicester as well. He tried to bring him in at Leicester. When he was there, he spoke about that. And so, yeah, as I said, it's a signing we know that Brendan would be all over, as is Nicholas Kuhn. And a lot of Celtic fans saying, you know, Kuhn's not done this, he's not done that.
All right.
I think there's a player in there. I like him. I do like him. I think there's a player in there, and I think there'll be more to him next season. But again, mate, he's working with a manager who knows how to make players better. That's what he gets paid his big money for. That's why he's here. You know, he can make players better, and he's got a track record of doing that and developing players and moving them on. So, just before I go any further, before I forget, mate, just to let everyone know that the bonus ball that's on the go with the unrestricted viewers, 37 balls left, folks. If anybody doesn't know what this is, it's a bonus ball to win one of these magical prizes. I'll just take the banners away, folks, so you can see them. There they are. So the top prize in the bonus ball is the treble medals at the top of the screen. The second prize is a Europa League medal there you can see from the game against Bayer Leverkusen on the 30th of September 2021. And the third prize is just a wee Celtic goodie bag, basically, for you. All the prizes were donated kindly by our partner, John Mullaney at MCM Framing, Hoops Memorabilia. So, like I've said before, I've probably told you a million times, the tickets to enter the bonus ball is only £2. So if you want to buy any, you can donate your £2 to that PayPal account there that's on the screen, Ryan Clifford 9 at aol.co.uk. So all you need to do is send the money to that, and you're in me a shout of winning one of those 3 prizes. Once the numbers are all gone, on the next podcast, whenever that may be, well, that's fine, Kaiser. That's fine, mate. Just send your money over, mate. But once you do, leave a wee note of who you are, so we can put so we obviously can mark you in, so we know who you are, and for anybody else that wants them as well. So if you want to take part, just leave a wee note once you pay your money in, so we know who you are, and we can mark them in. And once that's done, I'll do that for you once the episode finishes tonight. But once all the numbers are gone, folks, then on the next podcast from tonight, just say for talking sake, it fills up tonight, okay? Yeah, I did, Lindsay. Yeah, I did. I got the rest of your numbers up as well. So that's another thing, folks. The numbers are all selected at random. So that's the way we've been doing it from the beginning. Okay. And so obviously, once we do the live draw, we will call the numbers out, and we'll do it live on the podcast as well. So, Ryan, like I've said before, mate, I don't think you can grumble. £2, mate, and you've got a chance to win one of 3 fantastic prizes.
Yeah, definitely. I've just got money there for Kaiser, mate, so we can add 10 balls in, mate, for him.
Right, okay.
Thanks, Kaiser.
Thanks,
yeah, mate. Also, good luck, mate. Yeah, no, like I say, JP, it's to get a boat in Bruno, mate. It's hard to get for that price, mate. So, like I said, all us Celtic fans, any Celtic memorabilia or any Celtic stuff, it's always good to get a wee prize, and it's just good for us to give something back to the viewers and the fans, because obviously they've supported us all through the year, and obviously we're a partner now, MCM Framing. It's good to obviously give back to the fans for surviving and watching. So there will be hopefully more of that obviously during the season, but it's just good to for people to take part and get a wee chance to win a wee goodie bag and stuff, mate. So yeah, definitely it's a good wee prize, I would say, and I love taking it myself, mate, but I can't. So it's just one of these things. It's life, innit?
Yeah, no, that's it, mate. It's we don't want any scaremongering going. There's cheating going on, or there's things underhand. No, Francis, it's still the same man, mate. So it's still the same bonus ball that you've entered, mate. So don't worry, it's just not been filled up yet. Don't know why it's taking so long, mate, enough, but aye, as I said, guys, thanks, mate, again. We got that. I'll mark that in when I finish here tonight, mate. But there'll be 27 left, mate. There's 37, and then you've took 10, so that'll be hit down to 27 now. So there'll be 27 balls left to do. Somebody asked, Ryan, is the money... I've lost the comment now, mate. I can't find it. Something about where's the money going. Did you see the comment?
No.
I don't know where it is. There's been that many people commenting in the chat. There's somebody asked where the money's going. The money's for the podcast. Whoever that comment was, I do apologise. I've missed the name. The money's for the podcast because obviously we need to obviously spend money for the podcast to keep this going, keep things. We put out free content for you guys, so we don't do stuff like this all the time. So, but what we do, we need to outlay our own money to make sure this is coming out to you guys as well. So, like I say, that's why we try and get so much interaction with these, and like I say, I don't know if anybody's seen the wee video that got put on a couple of days ago. There's going to be a lot of new content coming on the channel as well, and these things come at a cost. Guys, there's last comment there. Mark, Mark Mac 1967. I do apologise, Mark. I never seen your name. I just seen the comment.
Yeah, I've got it, Blake. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
So,
cheers, mate. It's just like you say, JP. One thing we always say on here: we are very honest in what we do and stuff.
Lindsay, thanks very much. So, you want me to put your dad's name on that, on the next slot then that you've put in. Amazing.
Like you say, mate, we always be honest on here. So it's just really it's from our partner to give yous. Obviously similar to Chris Sutton jersey. It's just to give you something back for supporting the podcast.
Yeah,
everything we do, it's back into the podcast. We don't get the money personally. It's back into the podcast to help get the quality of the podcast up. Get any likes you do, subscribers, any comments, likes, shares. It enhances the podcast. It enhances us to get better guests.
We don't charge anybody any money.
Everything that you do as viewers and fans for us is amazing. Everything, one view, one like, one shares, phenomenal for us. Anything that you do for us, we'll try and put tenfold. Like JP says, next year, next season, there'll be more content, there'll be better content, not just over here. Like if there's any of you seen the wee clip on our Facebook page, there will be different types of content in person with myself, JP and Alan. It's not just going to be on here. There'll be different content next year, hopefully more guests as well. So everything is put into the podcast, and like JP says, we put our own money in. We don't charge because we feel that it's just not right to charge fans for getting their opinion.
No.
It's your opinion, and your opinion counts, and it puts the new. And we feel that it's just give yous more content, and we try and give yous a different outlook in football and Celtic. We just try and give a different variety. There's loads of Celtic fans podcasts out there, and we're just talking about that different and just trying to put different things out there for you as well, because we know there's loads of things out there for Celtic fans to listen to, and we just try and put a different spin on it if we can, and we hope you enjoy it, and everything we do gets put back out to you, and we just hope you keep supporting the channel, and it's been amazing, JP, over the season that we've, like you say, I like to feel we're progressing, and the fact that we're getting more viewers and more subscribers. Just a big thank you for, obviously, I know we'll probably chat about this later on in a week or so, or later on in the month, but it's just a big thank you to you, the viewers, and the subscribers for tuning to us. Couple of guys racing in Glasgow, just talking a bit of rubbish. It's appreciated, and we just hope that having guys like Barry on and for Paul Hartley, all these sort of guys, we just hope we're giving you a different outlet, and we hope you enjoy it, and we enjoy putting out these, and hopefully,
Thanks, Lindsay.
Hopefully during the season, JP, we can next season we can be bigger and better.
Yeah, well, look, this is it. I mean, when we started this, Ryan, we didn't know what to expect. That was the thing as well. Nothing was a guarantee. We didn't even know if we were going to have one person watching us. And that's not why we done it. You know, we done it because we wanted to do something that we loved doing, which is chatting about Celtic. And we're better to do it than together on a platform. But just as we started doing it, certain opportunities opened up. I had a chat with Bev. Before you know it, we ended up with sponsor. It didn't happen straight away.
I just received 10 for Scott there. 5 balls.
You can let me know once we finish, mate, and keep me right?
Okay.
Because obviously, everybody that's paid, Blake, yourself as well, I know you've took £6 worth for another, like 3 balls. Lindsay, I know you're going to send over more for your dad. Scott, I'll mark you in, mate, once we finish here. Kaiser, I'll do the same with you, mate, with your 10 balls. I'm going to be ball deep on a Monday night. This is brilliant.
Going to stop saying balls.
All
the good ones. All the good ones, I know.
I'll give you this bag of boys. All the boys. Good boys, I know. These were boys back. So, yeah, as I said, it's, you know, we done this for fans to express their opinion. And I think we do all right, Ryan. I think we certainly can't put everybody's comment up, because we wouldn't be able to do what we want to do. But it's not until we started doing this, mate, that we've started to see where we could maybe go in terms of giving the fans something different to look at. And that's the avenues we're now starting to go down.
Yeah.
So, but these things, I'm afraid you can't. You can only do a certain aspect to it. Like, it's not going to. Eventually, there's some sort of financial restraints are going to come on us, because what we want to do. By the way, and I'll let everybody into this now as well. See, every guest we've had on here, everyone have done it for nothing. We've never had to pay anybody to come on and have a chat with us. So everybody comes on and gives up their time to just come and have a chat with us, which obviously is amazing, don't get me wrong. But again, that's probably the biggest thing I think me and you can say we give, which is time. You know? Yeah, John, to have Sheffield Wednesday captain Barry Bannon, who's still playing at a great level regularly, giving his expert knowledge and opinions, incredible. Yeah, 100%, mate. We've landed very lucky, and obviously through time now we've got to know Baz, and Baz is no longer, I would say, a guest on here now, Ryan. He's just kind of one of the lads now. That's the way I feel, and that's, you know, yeah, it's amazing. And like I say, mate, who would have thought this a couple of years ago, mate? Just a couple of guys having a chat about Celtic, and then all of a sudden you've got people watching you, people interacting with you, and it's the same guys that are commenting all the time. You know, I've met one or two of them in public now. Probably one or two of them have seen me in public and decided to nip round a corner at my road, or which is probably the wisest thing to do. But what you see is what you get, and
thanks, Lindsay. I've got that money.
That's the way. That's the way we. You know, that's the way. Yeah, G Doc. That's exactly it, mate. You don't ask, you don't get.
Aye, there's. Alan obviously as well contributes. He's been with us a while now, but myself and JP, it's a lot of work to get some guys on and stuff. It's a lot. It's not just a what are you up to? There's
Thanks
loads of
very much,
things.
Phil. Thank you.
They've obviously got to like the podcast. They've got to see that what they're going to come on is going to be good for them as well. So everything we do is to give Celtic fans a different outlay of football. If it's insights like obviously we're basking on, I still, even though we speak to him, JP, and we obviously know him a bit more now, even when he's on here, I still come away thinking, right, I've learned about this now, I've learned about this.
Yeah, you learn something new, don't you?
So for us to put that out there, for the fans to get the knowledge of a guy who's still playing at the top level, still having the knowledge that he has at the level he's at, and to go through the experiences and give that to people that might not know about a lot of people.
Chris, sorry, Ryan. Sorry, mate. Yeah, Chris, we are working towards that, mate. We are actually working towards that. We're going to do one.
So to have guys like Barry on full time, and again, Barry, for even Barry to come on once a week, every once or 2 weeks, Barry's obviously got a busy schedule with the level he's playing at. Obviously, he's got a family, he's got his life as well. I know a lot of people have asked where he is. He is actually, he's in holidays. He's been doing a lot of things, obviously, the off season. But Barry will be back on when he's free. To have that sort of input is fantastic for us, and he loves selling at us, mate. And Celtic, like you said, he's won a double there, mate. Again, we could probably talk for years and months and hours about Celtic winning trophies.
There's never a dull moment with Celtic, mate. To
talk about to win another double, mate. I don't know what you feel about it again, mate, but I think from where we were at the start of the season, we'd have been happy with our league, I would say.
Yeah.
Aye, Scott, I think the next live event, Scott, you might see the half-10 show.
By the way, the thing is, I know with Scott, I knew there was something freaky about that guy, man.
He likes a half-10 show, yes.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. He's into that kind of...
Yeah, I've got it, Lindsay, thank you.
He's into that over a watershed stuff. That's I knew that. See, Scott, you've stuck yourself in there, mate. It's all marrying in now about my thing.
And there's one thing as well, obviously, we're going to be more big on it again during the season, next season, because of a few things in it as well. But obviously the mental health side as well.
Yeah.
That's one, like I say, Celtic winning trophies and Celtic winning, that's good for people's mental health football, because we all noticed it during obviously COVID. When obviously 10, I know on the park we weren't great, but the fact you couldn't watch the games in the stadiums, you couldn't go to pubs to talk about it. Football's a massive part of people's life, and that as well. If anybody who watches this, if it helps you that way, then that's even better than anything else we do, because we feel that it doesn't get spoken about enough in general life. I know it does now, but there's a lot of guys or females who probably watch this, don't want to comment, they don't want, in case maybe they're judged, or they don't want to put an opinion across because they might get a bit of marker towards them. If you've got an opinion, put it across. As much as we might not agree with it, we'll never belittle your opinion. It's your opinion. I might say I don't agree with you, you're wrong, but it's your opinion, and that's what you feel. And if anybody comes on this just to see us laugh, or it might even know about Celtic, it might just be making still game jokes, and listen,
that's it.
Keep at it, because if we help,
sometimes it's good to speak to people who aren't your immediate family, who aren't your immediate circle, because like Ryan says there, you might feel that you're being judged in a way. If it's your gran or your auntie, your uncle, speaking to a stranger, somebody that doesn't know you can unload more, because first of all, they don't know the background of it, they don't know the history of it, and you can let more out. But the worst thing you can do is bottle it all in and keep it yourself, because that won't help. So that's why I've always stressed on here, if anybody at all feels that they're in a place where you're struggling, or you are maybe not feeling great about yourself, or you've had a hard day, and you're not, and you're maybe not quite there in terms of your mind, or things are bothering you, reach out and speak to someone. Reach out to one of us and speak to us. contact us in social media.
There's people that have obviously they'll stay anonymous, but there's people that have actually spoke to us, and
Yeah.
like I say, as much as it's a Celtic podcast, if people are messaging us and saying, listen, that's better than everything that we will do on this, because if it's helping somebody wake up the next day, feel better, or they've had a wait, then listen, if it's about Celtic, if it's about cars, bottles of water, who cares? If there's anything you want to speak about, then we'll obviously
By the way,
ideally.
I don't care what team you support either.
Aye, that as well. Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't matter. That side of things, there's football, there's banter, and then there's real life. And in my opinion, that comes under real life. So it doesn't matter what background you're from. And if you want to remain anonymous, you will remain anonymous, like people already have. So, aye, as I said, it's a no-brainer, and I will always have time for anybody who just wants to open up and have a chat, or doesn't matter if it's male or female. I don't care.
Brilliant, good luck with that, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah, best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Yeah, amazing, mate. Best of luck to you. It doesn't matter, what kind of help you need at all. If you need to reach out, just reach out. Even if you want to talk about football, Celtic, just to change your mindset in that moment, Ryan, that could make a difference. That could be the difference in that moment. And,
Well, you're spot on, because she like...
If you want a good laugh...
you're bang on, mate.
All you need to do is watch Rangers this season.
We'll
that'll be good for your chuckle muscle.
I'll be a good medicine for you. For that day, your tablets will be in the bin because you'll just laugh at Rangers. But no, see, for even the game at the weekend, right?
Aye, your wee Dorset box will be getting emptied that day.
Today's medicine, YouTube. But for me, for the day a game, you might have an argument with your missus or your partner or your kids, something might not go right. But then for 90 minutes, if Celtic win, for 90 minutes, like Bagan says, I've gave some of the people for 90 minutes here, their issues are away. But that is the truth. It was the same when I played football, JP.
Yeah.
I can mind actually, I think my papa had passed away or something, when about the day of a game or training, I still went to football. Because I'm like, if I go to football, all I'm thinking about is 90 minutes of football or that game. So it's the same as Celtic. If you for that when you're at that stadium, all you think about is 90 minutes. Then you walk out, you might think about your life again. But for 90 minutes, it's football. And for me, that's massive. And that's one thing I think we can all say that during obviously COVID, we didn't have that. And that's one reason why we've seen some animosity with the support, was because we couldn't vent our frustration. I'm not saying it was right, but it was one reason why it built up, because you couldn't go there and say, you're not good enough, or I want this better. You couldn't vent your frustrations, but you obviously you can, but you do it obviously in the right manner. And like you say, mate, I think a lot of people will be happy with the weekend there for that performance, because just amazing, mate, to see your team win. One thing I will say to the fans is, anybody who's younger than me, or kind of maybe teenagers or young kids, winning trophies, it's not easy, but do not take it for granted and never get tired of celebrating. When you win a trophy, celebrate it as much as you can. Celebrate it all through the summer until the season starts, because then you go again. That's done. You go again, and I know me and you don't get tired of celebrating, mate. I know the rest of us won't, but it's just amazing to see win trophies, mate. Like you say, sing songs and be with your pals and just chat football, mate. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and if you're ever going to buy a sports shop during the summer, don't buy the new Rangers kit, whatever you do. Don't buy it.
Oh, man. Just story. Just story. Is that the story? Is that the story role play?
Apparently, it makes players silky.
And Summers, in it. That's the Ann Summers role play suit, in it.
That's it, man. Sponsored by Durex.
And then after that, need Andrex.
Aye, absolutely, man.
Oh, dearie me, man.
Talking about it, King Smurf.
Oh, man.
But I think we'll finish it there on that positive note. Good getting a chat with you again, mate.
No, it's good, mate. Like I said, I look forward to coming on this. Like you said, in terms of obviously mental health and stuff, this is one thing that keeps you busy, keeps me and you busy, mate. It's something away for your normal life, the madness of life. You're talking about football for 2 hours and a half, 90 minutes, whatever it is we do on here. It's good to chat, mate, and to chat about Celtic winning, mate. We're smiling. I kind of wish, looking now, that I did go to Turkey, but we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that another time. You can see my hairline going on this steam here, but maybe because I'm still in this house, by the way. No left this, guys. This house, I've been on a bender, no left it, but
I'm a wee bit hungry, mate. I'm going to go and get a couple of Shush burgers, I think. I'm up for it.
I was wanting to say that, but aye, that Shush burgers patty.
A wee packet of them.
Oh, brilliant.
If anybody's wanting anything to watch, by the way, check out the new Netflix series of the remake of that. It's on Netflix. It just broke the other day.
Oh, brilliant.
Agony and Lacey. A shame, I know, because after Saturday, Fabio Silva gets stopped at the airport. Apparently he was dressed up like this guy here.
He's that guy in Scooby-Doo. Mind that coin.
Oh my God, man. Aye. Scooby and Shaggy are under a table looking for him.
That's can't be on the sofa. Scooby and Shaggy.
Aye. He came off a bus Saturday, man. Well, Scooby-Doo said up here.
Half a bicycle mystery bus.
Scooby-Doo been to the barber's, look.
Raggy. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, man. His wee boy looks like George of the Jungle.
Right, put your tap on, Tarzan. Come on now. Come on, Clement. Come on.
Look at me, like a big body.
I've been in the hunger strike, he says, isn't it?
Albino and hunger strike. You look like Michael Jackson's coat.
Bro.
Superb. Listen, guys, stay tuned to the channel because we will have some new type of content coming out this week as well for you. So stay tuned to the channel. We'll also be back in the week as well. We'll let you know when that's going to be. Once we've sorted out a couple of things for this week as well, because we're a bit busy this week as well, Ryan. But we will get back to you, so stay tuned on the community of the YouTube channel and on the social media as well. But above all else, hope everybody's well. I know we didn't have a Monday Blues this weekend. And hail, and we'll see you all again later.
Hail.
Bye-bye.
coming once again, they said. 3 in a row.